The presence of Martin Dugard in the pits means it's local derby time. Kent Slide Kings versus the Eastbourne Eagles in the National Trophy. Eastbourne were due here the first meeting of the year, but sadly that fell victim to the weather. No such problems here this evening as we bask in beautiful sunshine. We welcome back Jacob Cloughton for the Kent Slide Kings. The Eastbourne Eagles are without the injured Charlie Powell, who's broke his collarbone, and Charlie Brooks, who's sitting a school exam. Track looks set fair. Let's go into the pits, have one or two words with the riders. Joining me now is Kent promoter Len Silver. Len, how did you find the season going?
Well, Glenn, it's been very good. The season is always good here at Kent. It's a great stadium, great track, brilliant fans. They support everything we do, and a promoter would be hard pushed to find better than that. So I'm very pleased with the way things are going.
Obviously, the one promoter's nightmare is the weather, and we started a bit late, but since we've started, things have been going well for the team.
Well, you know, you always have to cope with the weather. It was a big financial hit to every club in the country to lose the Easter meetings, which are normally your big earners, and to lose them would do lots of damage. We're fortunate at Kent that we're in a reasonable way, so it didn't do us any damage as such, but nonetheless we missed those meetings.
And obviously we started away from home. The team's got a few away meetings under their belt. That stands them in good stead going forward for the league campaign.
Well, the whole idea, whenever I set the team up for a new season, Chris and I always try to set up a situation where we have some challenge matches and some non-league events to try and give our younger brigade a bit of extra practice, a bit of extra learning space. When we lost Easter, we lost a lot of that, which was a shame. But that's what we always plan to do.
And obviously Jacob Cloughton, we'll mention him, he's having his first full meeting here tonight after getting injured on the Maybank holiday.
Yes, well, I mean, he is a boy that I think highly of. But he's not going to be a huge success overnight. It will take him some time. It's very unfortunate that he's lost 4 or 5 weeks, which could have been absolutely vital to him, because there were some comfortable little meetings in there that he would have learnt a lot from. He's coming back into the side now when we're facing some of our tougher opposition, so he's going to find it very difficult. However, I have to say that he had a practice on Saturday at Iwade, and I was there with him and working with him, and by the end of the day he was looking pretty good.
Just a quick word about Iwade as we're there for the Southern Development League.
Yes, well, we've got the Southern Development League there next Sunday. We don't have room to get them in here at Central Park, so we decided to do some stuff at Iwade, and Graham Arnold, the owner, has been very kind to us in allowing us the use of the circuit, because we do need to train young riders in Kent. We need them badly.
And just a quick word about this evening, obviously Eastbourne always tough opposition around here. How do you see the meeting going?
Well, it could go either way. I mean, Eastbourne, a very tough team, always are, and you can't take anything for granted with teams like that. I mean, you could beat them, but they could beat you. I do know it will be one hell of a match. That's a certainty, whatever the result. So from that point of view, I'm really looking forward to it.
And just a quick word about looking further ahead for the season. We've got the National League Fours coming up in a couple of weeks, and the second leg of the Cup at Stoke the same weekend.
Well, we're hoping to do good things in the Fours at Leicester. Our top 3, plus Anders Rowe, who rides Leicester quite well, are as good as any in the country. So given an even break, I think we could maybe do something in the Fours. Don't know whether we'll win it, but we'll certainly be in among the leading clubs there, I think. And of course we've got Stoke the night before in KO Cup. I'll be very disappointed if we didn't go through.
Okay, thanks for joining us. Enjoy the evening.
You're more than welcome, thank you.
Right, joining me now is a rider who started the season in reserve, Jason Edwards. Jason, a bit of a manic start to the season for you.
Yeah, I mean, the first meeting was the under-21 qualifier at Eastbourne, and that was a bit wet, and then I managed to get through from that, which was a bit of a shock, and then obviously we've had all the league meetings with Eastbourne and a few with Cradley, and it's all just gone really well so far, so just trying to keep it up.
Yeah, I was talking to Cradley, you've signed into their national trophy side. How is it riding for them?
I mean, the whole club's just brilliant in general, and obviously because it's a reduced fixture list and everything, just in the national trophy, like at Coventry yesterday, the fans and everyone just packed out Leicester, and it was just pretty amazing. So just more of the same, and hopefully we can get in the final for there.
Obviously you started this season at reserve. How are you finding it in the main body of the team?
I mean, it's not that different in terms of like your rides and stuff. It's just instead of sort of having a reserve in every sort of ride, you're more than likely going to have a better rider. But it's good for me because it means I'm getting dragged along a bit more, and I'm just improving as a rider more, so just going well.
And the other downside is you can only take 5 rides if you get in heat 15.
Yeah, I mean, our first couple of meetings at number 2 and 4, it's sort of been like being in the pits just waiting to go out, because obviously at reserve you get 6-7 rides, and now it's sort of 4 and you don't know what to do. But it's a lot more relaxed, so I don't know if I like that or not.
You have to get the PSP out, don't you?
No, but
but obviously talking of the under-21s, that's your first foray into that after coming through the youth championship. So it's the step up now. How far do you want to go now? I
mean, the under-21 final at Berwick was a bit of a shock, but it would be if you looked at the lineup with Robert Lambert actually winning it. It was a pretty strong lineup, but just as long as I keep improving each meeting and each year, then I'll just be happy.
Okay, and a quick word about this evening. You rode here at the end of last year. Is it a bit different tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's not as if the track changes much, but I rode here for Plymouth a couple of weeks ago, and that all went well at number 4. So just trying to keep it going, and just Kent's always pretty the same. There's never loads of dirt on it, so we just see what happens.
Okay, and obviously the warm weather this evening, so you got to stay hydrated throughout and keep an eye on the bike.
I mean, you got to stay hydrated anyway, but the bikes don't get too bad, especially when you're at reserve. Then you're in and out, and then clutch coolers going everywhere, but not too bad at the moment. But yesterday was hot with Leicester, just in the sun, 3 o'clock start, but it shouldn't be too bad tonight because it's starting to cool down a bit, but yeah.
Cheers for joining us, good luck.
Thank you.
As ever, good to hear from Len Silver there, and also Jason Edwards, who started the season like a freight train. Let's go up to Steve Girdwood for the commentary.
Well, thanks for that, Glenn, and great to hear there from Len Silver and also Jason Edwards at both ends of the Speedway spectrum as regards age and experience, of course. And the riders coming round on the pre-meeting parade vehicle, and we'll go down and join Glenn once again to introduce the 2 sets of riders to the fans.
Okay, good evening everyone. Welcome to Central Park for this national trophy clash between the Kent Slide Kings and the Eastbourne Eagles. So let's start by introducing our visitors. And number 1, Georgie Wood. Number 2, Jason Edwards. Number 3, Tom Brennan. Rider placer number 4, so we move on to number 5, Mark Baisby. And number 6, we've seen in the last few weeks, Nick Lawrence. Number 7, Kelsey Dugard. And they have a number 8 in the shape of James Laker. Let's move it on to the Kent Slide Kings, and number 1, Luke Bowen. Number 2, Annis Roll. Number 3, Jack Thomas. Number 4, Taylor Hampshire. Number 5, Nathan Stoneman. Number 6, we welcome back Jacob Clausen. And number 7, Alex Spooner. If I can have the 2 captains, Luke and Mark.
Love you, Luke!
I think I can get each split. Mark, cool. Tails. And it's tails. 1 and 3. Okay, so he's put a 1 task that are taking gates 1 and 3 in heat number 1. Let's also welcome this week's mascot, Casey Harland. So that's 2 teams. Let's get ready for the action.
So that's how the 2 teams line up here tonight. Katie, the mascot this evening. Heat number 1 will be up next. So the riders out on track then, and the line-up where it sees Jason Edwards coming out off of gate number 1, Anders Rose off gate number 2, Georgie Wood is off gate number 3, and Luke Bowen comes out off gate number 4. Of course, both of these teams, well, in fact, neither of these teams, should say, can qualify through to the National Trophy Final. Millwall, well, they've absolutely run through this group and have won it very, very easily indeed. But pride at stake between these two local rivals. Heat 1 about to get underway. Chris Durno in charge. Takes fly up and out has flown Georgie Wood off of gate number 3, and Jason Edwards has joined him as well. It is a 5-1 for Eastbourne in heat number 1. This is a surprise. Anders Rowe is in third with Luke Bowen, the Kent captain, at the back. Although Luke, well, he's got round into third place ahead of his teammate Rowe, and now he's coming through on the inside of Jason Edwards, and he's got through in the second place. But Georgie Wood, he's away and gone. It is the Eastbourne number 1 who leads the Kent top dog and captain. Luke Bowen in third spot. It is Edwards. At the back it is Anders Rowe. A 4-2 for the visitors in heat number 1. Eastbourne, well, they had a good win at the Isle of Wight in the National League on Thursday of last week, winning by 53 points to 37. Wood scoring good points in that meeting, and he's going to start off with good points here tonight. Doesn't always go well at this Central Park circuit, but he has in heat number 1. He defeats Bowen, who's not had too many losses here this season. Third spot goes to Jason Edwards, who was in second place, but Luke, well, he came through on the inside as the rider started the second lap to ease his way past Jason, who of course famously beat Luke here last season. But Luke, well, he did not beat Georgie Wood, the race winner in heat number 1. Rowe at the back, a 4-2 for the visitors. The IT Foreman Eagles lead. Heat number 2, and this one sees the returning Jacob Cloughton. Good to see him back after several weeks away following that foot injury that he sustained in his first meeting for Kent here at Central Park. He's off at gate number 1. Gate number 2, that sees Nick Lawrence. Of course, he came in to replace Jacob for several meetings, but now he's found himself in the opposition, taking the place of Charlie Brooks, who's unavailable here tonight. Gate number 3, that sees Alex Spooner. He's been scoring some good points for Kent. And off gate number 4 is Kelsey Dugard, who's dropped down to the reserve berth as Kelsey. What a famous name that is, of course, the Dugards in the Eastbourne folklore. Heat number 2, we're about ready to go. Reserves heat gets underway, and a very slow start indeed by Jacob Cloughton. I'm not sure he was quite ready at the start line, but his teammate Alex Spooner was, certainly, because he leads the way. It is Spooner who's out in front. From in second place it is Nick Lawrence. Dugard is in third, and Cloughton, well, he's going to be a bit race rusty after having had several weeks off the track. He's at the back as Alex Spooner leads the way then. In second place it's the 2 IT Foreman Eagles, or Foreman IT Eagles. New sponsorship this season for Eastbourne, new colours as well. They've done away with the yellow and blue that's been part of Eastbourne's track colours for so many seasons, and now it's green and black, and well, I think it looks very smart indeed. Our sales hasn't gone down all that well with some supporters, but we certainly do like the new colours for the club. As Alex Spooner, well, he likes taking the victory there. Kelsey Dugard gets second, Nick Lawrence third, Cloughton at the back. It's a 3-all in race number 2, and it does mean that Eastbourne still lead by a couple of points, 7 points to 5. Alex, well, he's making a habit of winning the reserve races here at Central Park, and he's done so there in heat number 2. A tapes to flag victory for the Kent number 7. Heat number 3, next one up, and Tom Brennan comes out off gate number 1. Taylor Hampshire comes out of gate number 2. Nick Lawrence, he comes out taking a ride replacement out in number 3. In for Charlie Powell, who's out injured. Charlie Will is here tonight in the pits helping out, but not fit to race here this evening. And Jack Thomas, he comes out off of gate number 4. Of course, he had a brilliant Maxim here last week against Stoke. What a night that was. What a final race as well. Him and Luke Bowen defeating Max Clegg even. And getting a 5-1, which saw Kent win by 56 points to 34, 22-point lead to take to Luma Road for the second leg. that's yet to come. As heat number 3 is about to happen. The race gets underway, and that's a good start by the rider in red. That is Jack Thomas. He's trying to take a victory here in the opening race. He leads away from Tom Brennan in second place. In third it is Taylor Hampshire, in third it is Nick Lawrence with Hampshire at the back, but it is Thomas that leads away from Brennan in second place. It's a shared heat. A glorious evening here this evening, and a very good sized crowd has turned up, as you would expect, between these two arch rivals, as Thomas leads the way, but he's gone out a little bit wide there, and Tom Brennan has managed to get through on the inside to take the lead. So it is Brennan who's held in front from Thomas in second place. In third spot it is the battle between Taylor Hampshire and Nick Lawrence, which Hampshire is winning at the moment, but Tom Brennan, well, he's winning the race. That was a fine move by him to find a way past. In fact, it is for close for third place, as Hampshire, well, he's just lost third place, but he's got back through right on the line. Exciting action on the final lap, and also on the end of lap number 2, as Tom Brennan found a way past Jack Thomas, and then Nick Lawrence, well, he went out too wide, and the rider in blue, that is Taylor Hampshire, he was able to get through to take the victory in heat number 3. It results in a shared heat. Eastbourne still lead by a couple. We move on to heat number 4, and this one, where it sees Kelsey Dugard coming out off of gate number 1. Alex Spooner is off gate number 2. Mark Baisby comes out off gate number 3. The Eastbourne captain, and from the outside it is Nathan Stoneman. That's the lineup for heat number 4. Eastbourne, I say, they may have nothing to race for tonight, but whenever they meet against Kent, of course, they're always glad to put one over on their arch rivals. Heat number 4 gets underway. Fast start there by Baisby off of gate number 3. He leads the way from in second place. Nathan Stoneman coming through ahead of Kelsey Dugard, with Alex Spooner at the back. As Stoneman, in fact, he has come down there, and Dugard and Spooner were able to lay their machines down, but Alex, well, he has just ridden into Nathan somewhat there, and well, that would definitely be an exclusion for the rider in red. That is Nathan Stoneman. Oh my, he did take a bit of a thump there to the back from Spooner's machinery. Of course, obviously unpreventable from Alex. He laid his bike down as soon as he could, but Kelsey Dugard, well, he's down on the track, as you can see, on the infield. Connor Dugard, his brother, just coming over to see how he is, as the crowd look on. And well, good to see that Dugard is back to his feet. Aaron Baisby helping out in the Eastbourne side of the pits, the former Kent rider, of course. And well, that's good to see that Nathan, well, he is back to his feet, but he has been excluded, of course, as being the cause of the stoppage. Doing well to get back after that hefty thump from Spooner's machinery. So the rerun of heat number 4, not going Kent's way in this one without Nathan Stoneman. Alex Spooner comes out by himself against Kelsey Dugard on his inside, and Mark Baisby on his outside. Baisby was leading the race when it was stopped. Will he do so in the restart or the rerun? And well, the answer is yes, he will. It is Baisby who's out in front. Kelsey Dugard has joined him as well, with Alex Spooner back in third. So Eastbourne, well, this could all of a sudden see them move into a 6-point lead, as Mark Baisby leads the way. He's been scoring very solidly for Eastbourne this year. He started off the season at number 1, but he's now in riding at number 5. Georgie Wood and Tom Brennan, well, they both increased their averages. In fact, they both increased their average to exactly the same, to him for the decimal point, 9.47, the averages of those two riders. And Georgie it was who's taken over as number 1 for Eastbourne. It could have easily been Tom as well, as Mark Baisby it is who leads the way. Kelsey Dugard in second place. He's dropped down from riding at number 2 to the reserve. Jason Edwards going the other direction, as Mark, he's going to take a very, very comfortable victory. second place goes to Kelsey Dugard. He started off very well tonight, paid 5 from his first 2 rides. Alex Spooner is in third, a 5-1 for the visitors. And well, it's all a bit quiet in the Kent side of the Kent supporters, we should say, as Baysby makes his way back to the pits following his opening race win. Heat number 5, and this one where it sees Jack Thomas coming out off gate number 1, Jason Edwards is off 2, Taylor Hampshire is off 3, Georgie Wood off gate number 4. Georgie, we got the fastest time of the season in heat number 1, so his bike certainly very well set up for the track conditions here this evening. So the Eastbourne heat leaders, they've done a terrific job in the first 4 races. They've won each of their rides, so Kent, they always knew they were going to be up against it here tonight against one of the strongest sides in the National League, the Eastbourne Foreman IT Eagles. Heat number 5, Will Wood make a good start of gate number 4, which so far tonight hasn't had a race win. Well, he's not made a bad one, but Jack Thomas has made a better one. In fact, the race has been stopped by Mr. Durno. Bit of movement there by Jack Thomas, and he may well have touched the tapes there. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Certainly did look like it. Well, fortunately for Jack, Chris Durno did not spot the infringement there, and so Jack Thomas was able to start off the start line, but looking at the replay, he certainly did touch the tapes very, very slightly, but he's got away with that one. So the lineup once again: Thomas off 1, Edwards off 2, Hampshire off 3, Wood from the outside. Heat number 5, the restart. Graham Arnold walks away as the tapes fly up, and Thomas, well, he's made a good start second time around. He leads the way. Wood and Edwards are in second and third. Georgie coming through in the second place. Jason back in third. Taylor Hampshire, well, he got paid second in his first ride when he found a way past Nick Lawrence on the run into the line, but he's at the back in heat number 5. Although Jack Thomas it is who leads the way. So he had that quite brilliant maximum here last week against Stoke, his first ever one as a Kent King in his 3rd season. He's Jack now with the Kent side, and well, he's doing well here in heat number 5, leading the way. Georgie Wood not that far away though, as he's stalking his man as they come in and start the final lap. Thomas, well, he was beaten by Brennan in heat number 1, having led him for a couple of laps, and he leads here on the final lap and the final 2 bends. Is Jack going to be able to hold on? The checkered flag is out, and he does just take the victory. Second place goes to Wood, third spot to Edwards. So no heroics there from Hampshire in heat number 5 as there was in heat number 3. He finishes at the back. It's a shared heat, our 3rd of the meeting, and it's only the second race winner of the night for a Kent rider. Jackie Thomas coming round to receive the applause. Kent move on to 12, Eastbourne on to 18. The Kings a little bit outclassed early on in the first third of the meeting, but their fans got something to be cheerful about there. Jack the race winner. So he was somewhat fortunate though to be allowed in that restart of heat number 5. So maybe got away with that one a bit. Get away with that one a bit, did Kent. Heat number 6, Mark Bates. We've got the battle with the 2 captains off gates 1 and 2. It is Mark Batesby off of 1, Luke Bowen off of 2, Nick Lawrence off of 3, and Anders Rowe comes out off of gate number 4. There is Lawrence just getting ready to come up to the start line. Paid 2 from his 2 rides so far for Nick. Luke Bowen suffering a rare defeat in his opening ride. He'll be wanting to obviously get back to winning ways in this one, his second outing. Although Mark Batesby will have something to say about that. He won his first race in fine style. So heat number 6, Kent, well, they're struggling a bit early doors, 6 points behind. As the race is about to get underway. And out of the start is a good gate by Luke Bowen off of gate number 2. He leads the way. from Mark Baseby in second place. Anders Rowe, he's challenging Nick Lawrence, and he's got through in the third place as Lawrence has retired on the opening lap. It is a 4-2 for Kent, and this is much better for the home side. This could see them move to within 4 points as Luke Bowen is who leads the way. In second place it is Mark Baseby, and Anders Rowe, he's safe in third, and he's going to pick up a point here in this one after failing to score in his first outing. As Luke, he comes round to take the win. Second place goes to Mark Baseby, third spot to Anders Rowe, and well, that is a 4-2 for the home side, and they close to within a couple of points. Nick Lawrence having engine failure, which allowed Rowe through to take the win, or sorry, to take third place. There's the rider who took the win, Luke Bowen. Kent score their first heat advantage of the night in race number 6.
And the result then on heat number 6 was a win in race for Luke Bowen.
Race number 7, and the lineup for this one, we have got Nathan Stoneman coming out off of gate number 1. Had that fall in his first outing, of course. He's off at the inside gate position. Gate number 2 sees Tom Brennan. He got a win in his first ride. Gate number 3 sees Jacob Cloughton. Didn't score in his first outing. And from the outside, it is Kelsey Dugard taking a ride replacement outing. Kelsey has scored very well so far. He's scored paid 5 from his 2 races. Picked himself up after that fall in heat number 4 to get a paid win. Heat number 7 gets underway, and it's the fast gating Tom Brennan who leads the way from Kelsey Dugard in second place. Nathan Stoneman challenging back in third as Jacob Cloughton. Well, he is at the back. It is a 5-1 for the visitors, although here comes Stoneman on the inside of Dugard, and he's got through into second spot. Dugard tries to come back at him on the inside. Brennan is missing all of the action. He's out in front. It is Brennan then, Tom Brennan, who leads away from Nathan Stoneman in second place. Kelsey Dugard holding on to third ahead of Jacob Cloughton, who's struggling a bit on his comeback meeting. He did practice at Highway yesterday on, when he's taken a tumble there, and he's going to try and get off the track in time as they come down the back straight. In fact, he says somewhere, oh, in fact, the red lights have come on, the flags are out, and Chris Sterno, well, we've got a trainee referee, it is, in fact, Simon Humphrey Kennett, and we put the red lights on maybe a little bit early, but they were on the last lap, so the result, well, it will stand. Nathan Stoneman, will he manage to find a way past Kelsey Dugard? And then Jacob Cloughton took that tumble. The race was awarded a 4-2 for the visitors then, and Eastbourne, well, they regain their 6-point lead. Sal Cloughton, former rider, of course, father of Jacob, just coming over to see how he is and sort the bike out. Heat number 8, and the lineup for this one, it shows Alex Spooner off gate number 1. He has done so well so far, 4 points from his 2 rides. Gate number 2, that sees Kelsey Dugard, he's done pretty well, paid 6 from his 3. Gate number 3, Anders Rowe, just a point so far. From the outside, Jason Edwards, who scored paid 3. Heat number 8 could be between Rowe and Edwards, this one, as the race gets underway. Super start there by Anders, he leads the way. The 2 Eastbourne riders settled in second and third. Jason Edwards in second, Kelsey Dugard is in third, and Alex Spooner is at the back. Out in front, it is Rowe that leads the way. From in second place, it is Jason Edwards giving chase. Kelsey Dugard is back in third, and Alex Spooner is at the back. We're on a shared heat in this one as Anders Rowe. Well, this will be a good victory for him if he can hold off Jason Edwards as they come round to complete the third lap. Then it is Rowe that leads the way, and Kelsey Dugard, well, he fell on that last lap as Anders Rowe, well, he's going to come round and take the victory. Jason Edwards is going to get second, and Alex Spooner, well, he's going to pick up a fortunate point in third. So it's a 4-2 for the home side. Dugard, well, he was safely in third spot, but just came to grief, and Spooner was able to take the victory, or take third place, sorry. Anders Rowe takes the victory. A 4-2 for Kent, their second of the meeting, and it does see them close to within 4 points. Kent move on to 22, Eastbourne on 26, and as the race winner.
And with a time of 60 seconds, exactly 60.0. Second.
Heat number 11, this one, heat number 11, heat number 9, sorry. We have got Taylor Hampshire coming out off of gate number 1. Mark Baseby comes out off gate number 2. Jack Thomas is off gate number 3. And from the outside it is Nick Lawrence. So who's your money on in this one? Probably between Thomas and Baseby. They've both had a race win this evening. Mark won his first race, and Jack Willie won his second outing. Hampshire and Lawrence will probably be racing for the odd point. All the odd points, of course, will be vital here this evening. It's a close encounter between these two sides as Mark Baseby's made a good start. Here comes Thomas over around the outside. He takes the lead. Baseby, we got a bit of lift there and did well to stay away from the fence down the back straight. In first spot is Nick Lawrence, who's holding off Taylor Hampshire, who's struggling a bit tonight. Is Taylor. He's scored paid 2 from his first 2 races. He beat Lawrence on the line in his first race, and well, he's going to have to find a way past Nick again. Although out in front it is Jack Thomas that leads the way. Mark Baseby in second, with Lawrence still holding on to third. It's a shared heat, and Eastbourne, well, they still lead by 4 points with 6 races remain. If it stays like this, Lawrence, we can see he's still holding on to that third spot ahead of Taylor Hampshire. They're on the final lap. Thomas is going to make it 2 wins in a row. Second place is going to go to Mark Baseby. Nick Lawrence, well, is he going to manage to hold on to third? This time he failed to do so against Hampshire in the last time they met, but he does get his revenge in that one. He gets the third spot. Nothing there for Taylor. It is a 3-all then in heat number 9. A battle between the two top riders in this race. Jack Thomas taking the victory. Mark Baseby having to settle for second. Lawrence doing very well to get a point in third. Taylor Hampshire at the back as Jack, he makes it 8 points out of a possible 9. He's won his last 2 outings. A shared heat. Kent, well, they're still trailing 25 to 29. 6 races remain. Heat number 10, and the lineup for this one, we have got Anders Rowe coming out off of gate number 1. He won his last ride. Nick Lawrence takes the rider replacement out in off of gate number 2. Off gate number 3, it is Luke Bowen, and from the outside, it is Tom Brennan, who has won his first 2 races. As the race, there's a little bit of an unsatisfactory start. There's a bit of movement out of the tapes, and the referee, well, he's stopped the heat, not surprisingly. Say trainee referee here this evening, and all, well, I don't think anyone will be warned for that. I think it's just an unsatisfactory start between all the riders. Rerun ordered. So the second attempt at heat number 10. Kent trailing by 4 points. They've trailed from the very first race here this evening. Eastbourne, they've had some success here at Central Park in the past, and they're looking for another win here tonight as Luke Bowen, well, he's looking for his second win in a row. He leads the way. Tom Brennan unbeaten after his first 2 rides, but he's having to settle for second place in this one. Rowe is in third. Lawrence at the back. It is a 4-2 for the home side, and this could see them close within just a couple of points of the visitors tonight as Bowen leads the way. Tom Brennan in second spot. Had a very solid year this season as Tom, He's been selected to race in the European Under-19 Championship in part of Ibiza coming up next month. And he's going to need a fast machinery for that circuit. Of course, great track in the Czech Republic as Luke Bowen. He's looking fast out there in heat number 10. He leads the way. This will be his second race win of the meeting. He takes the checker flag. Tom Brennan, that's his first defeat. Third spot goes to Anders Rowe with Nick Lawrence at the back. It is a 4-2 for Kent, and they close within just the 2 points as Anders really was passed on the outside by Tom Brennan. Kent were very, very briefly on a 5-1, but it didn't last very long. Luke Bowen with his lead lasted from the tapes to the checkered flag, and the hugely popular captain takes his second win in a row. Race number 11, and the lineup for this one, we've got Georgie Wood coming out off of gate number 1. He has started off with a win and second place so far. So he's got the fastest time of the season in heat number 1. So got some very quick machinery underneath him. Nathan Stoneman comes out off of gate number 2. Couple of points for Nathan so far. He had that disqualification in his first ride, of course, following that fall off gate number 3. It is Jason Edwards, who's been solid this evening. He has scored paid 5 from his 3 rides, and from the outside it is Jacob Cloughton, who has struggled so far. He hasn't scored from his 2 races. See what he can do in heat number 11. He hasn't been making very good starts. He'll be looking to make a faster one off of gate number 4. Let's see how he does. Heat number 11, and no, he's made another very slow one indeed. Georgie Wood has made a fast one. He leads the way from in second place. It is Nathan Stoneman. Jason Edwards is in third. Cloughton is at the back. It is a 4-2 for the visitors, and this could see the Eagles move back into a 4-point lead with just 4 races remaining. Nathan Stoneman in second place as Jacob Cloughton, well, he's just taken a tumble. He's getting off the track in time as Georgie Wood, well, he still leads the way. This will be his second win of the meeting. Just see Cloughton there in your picture. He's managed to get off the circuit, but it is Wood who's held in front. Nathan Stoneman, no real chance of finding a way past him. It is a 4-2 for Eastbourne, and they can move back into a 4-point lead with 4 heats remaining. Georgie Wood it is who looks like he's going to make it 2 wins out of 3. He's going to go, we're just locked up ever so slightly there, but he comes round and takes the victory. Second place, that goes to Stoneman. Third spot to Edwards. The only 3 finishers of heat number 11. It's another heat advantage for Eastbourne. That's their third 4-2 of the meeting. And they've also had the only 5-1 tonight as well. Wood straight back to the pits following his second victory. Kent 31, Eastbourne 35. So heat number 12, next one up, and this one it sees Kelsey Dugard coming out off gate number 1. Had a fall in his last ride, went in a scoring position. Jack Thomas comes out off gate number 2. He's won his last 2 rides, having been beaten by Tom Brennan in heat number 3. Gate number 3, that does see Tom Brennan. He's had 2 wins and a second, beaten by Bowen in heat number 10. From the outside, it is Alex Spooner. The race is underway. Thomas it is who's made the best start. He leads the way. Tom Brennan in second place with Kelsey Dugard and Alex Spooner battling for the odd point. Out in front, it is Jack Thomas who leads the way. Spooner's got past Dugard in the third spot. So it is a heat advantage for Kent. But remember that Thomas was beaten by Brennan in heat number 3 when he was leading him. And he'll obviously be aware of that, and he'll be hoping to keep ahead of Tom in this one. Alex Spooner, well, he's keeping ahead of Kelsey Dugard. It is a 4-2 for the home side, and this could see them once again move to in just a couple of points. There are a lot of races where the 2 leaders have been out quite a way out in front, and the other riders have been a little distance behind. So 2 races going on within 1 heat in quite a few occasions here tonight. As Jack Thomas, well, he's heading towards his 3rd victory of the evening. He gets his revenge over Brennan. 3rd spot, the vital 3rd place for Alex Spooner. Kelsey Dugard who came in to replace Nick Lawrence in that one. He finishes at the back. It is a 4-2 for Kent then, and well, that means that they close to within just 2 points once again. They move on to 35. Eastbourne are on to 37. This National League trophy fixture, very, very close between these two teams. Kent, though, they've never led this evening, and well, they're still down by only a couple of points now, following that 4-2 from Jack and Alex over Brennan and Dugard. Heat number 13, next one up. Luke Bowen comes out off gate number 1. He's won his last 2 rides. Georgie Wood, he's had 2 wins in a second. Beat Bowen in heat number 1. He's off gate number 2. Nathan Stoneman, well, he's done very well, still to be racing after taking that hefty impact from Alex Spooner's machine in heat number 4. He comes out off gate number 3. He's scored a couple of second places so far, and from the outside, Mark Baisby, who's had a win and 2 second places so far. So who's your money on in this one? Could go any way whatsoever, of course. As heat number 13, you've got to fancy Luke Bowen from the inside gate position. He normally commands from the tape from gate number 1. Let's see what happens. Heat number 13, and into that first bend. Well, it is a good start by the Kent captain, but here comes Wood back on the inside. Bowen's got the speed though, and he leads the way. Wood in second place, Baisby in third. Stoneman is at the back. It's a shared heat, and Connor Dugard will be the happier of the 2 team managers between him and Chris Hunt, as Eastbourne, they could still lead by a couple of points going into the penultimate race. Luke Bowen is who leads the way, 747. This will be his 3rd straight victory. We'll be seeing him out again in heat number 15, you can be sure of that. He leads the way from Wood in second place, and Alex so Luke getting his revenge over Georgie in this one. Mark Baisby safe enough in 3rd, Stoneman at the back. It is a shared heat as Luke leads the way going into that 3rd and 4th bend for the final time. He's going to come round and take the victory. Georgie Wood, well, he kept in keen in 2nd place. Baisby in 3rd, Stoneman at the back. It is a shared heat, and Kent, they could have they would have hoped for something out of that race, but not to be. Luke Bowen gets the victory. Kent on to 38, Eastbourne on to 40, 2 heats remaining, and Luke, no doubt we'll be seeing him in the nominated race alongside Jack Thomas, I would imagine. Heat 14 up next. Eastbourne could win the meeting in the next heat. For the lineup, we have got Jason Edwards off gate number 1, takes the ride replacement out in. Gate number 2, Alex Spooner comes in to replace Jacob Cloutin in the reserve switch. Gate number 3, Nick Lawrence replaces Kelsey Dugard. There's a reserve switch there from Connor Dugard. And gate number 4 sees Taylor Hampshire, who's not really been at the races tonight so far. He's only scored, well, he scored 1 paid 2 in his first race when he found a way past Nick Lawrence off the 4th bend. But that's been his only points of the meeting. Taylor, well, he has combined with Alex Spooner a couple of times to win this, get a heat advantage in this race. Kent certainly could do with one in heat number 14. Can Hampshire come to the party in his final race? It's a good lead. It's a good start by Jason Edwards, but Taylor Hampshire has got round the outside. So it's Hampshire that leads the way. Where has he been all evening? He's out in front from in 2nd place. It is Jason Edwards. Spooner, he's in an important point in 3rd at the moment, ahead of Lawrence. The rider who he was team rocking with for the last few weeks, of course, at reserve for Kent, but they're in opposition here tonight. It's a 4-2 for the Slide Kings. It was Spooner when he just locks up slightly there, but manages to regain control. Out in front, meanwhile, it is Taylor Hampshire, and we've seen him do some heroic races in heat number 14 already this season, and this could be another one. He's leading the way from Jason Edwards in 2nd, Alex Spooner in 3rd again. 2 heats within the 2 races within the same heat as they go down the back straight for the final time. Taylor Hampshire, it looks like he's going to take the victory. Jason Edwards chasing him across the line, but Hampshire wins it and raises his arm in victory. 3rd spot goes to Alex Spooner, a vital 3rd place that one, and it does mean that Kent have drawn level. with the nominated race to come. Hampshire coming round the outside of Jason Edwards, who did nothing wrong in defeat. Alex Spooner in third, Nick Lawrence at the back. We've got a last heat decider here at Kent. The sides locked at 42 points apiece. Brilliant race win there for Taylor. So heat number 15, and it all boils down to this next 60 seconds or so, or 60 seconds of action. We have got Luke Bowen off gate number 1, a second place in his first ride and then 3 victories. Gate number 2, Georgie Wood, 2 wins, 2 seconds, the only rider to defeat Luke this evening. Gate number 3, Jack Thomas. He was beaten by Tom Brennan in heat number 3, but he's won his next 3 outings. Off gate number 4, well, it's no Tom Brennan, who has scored 10 points so far tonight. It is Mark Baseby who comes out of gate number 4, so that's a hard call by Connor Dugard to make between Mark and Tom, and he's plumped for the Eastbourne captain. Will it be the right decision? We will find out shortly as Graham Arnold retries to get the riders up to the start line. So a tense finale here to this National League Trophy fixture. Remind you of the lineup: Luke Bowen off 1, Georgie Wood off 2, Jack Thomas off 3, Mark Baseby from the outside. The scores level, 42 points apiece. Kent haven't led throughout this meeting. As the race gets underway, and it's Bowen who is leading heat number 15. He's out in front from Mark Baseby in second, Georgie Wood in third, Jack Thomas is at the back. As it stands at the moment, it's going to be a draw here this evening as Luke Bowen leads away from Wood in second place, Baseby in third. Jack Thomas is at the back. He will not want to stay there, but Baseby, well, he's riding a good line in third place. Georgie Wood, his teammate, is in second position. Luke Bowen out in front. Here comes Jack Thomas. What a move by Jack Thomas around the outside at Mark Baseby. The crowd, will they erupt in the home grandstand. That was a tremendous move by Thomas to find a way past Baseby, and it looks like it's going to set up a victory for Kent. They have not led throughout the meeting here this evening. Eastbourne, they got a 4-2 in heat number 1. They've led every race since until this one, and they are going to go down, it seems, to a 2-point defeat as Luke Bowen, well, he takes the victory. Second place goes to Georgie Wood, and Jack Thomas, well, he's raised the roof here at Central Park because he came through in the third place. A brilliant ride by Jack, the maximum man from last week, and he's got the hero here tonight as he gets the point that clinches the win for Kent by 46 points to 44. Exciting action in the final heat, and the Kent fans are going wild as you would expect. Super stuff from Jack Thomas and from Luke Bowen. Don't underestimate his performance here tonight. Super efforts by the Kent captain. He's scored 14 magnificent points. Jack Thomas, well, we didn't see this one coming, but he certainly did. He came speeding around the outside of Mark Baseby. A brilliant ride by the talented Kent number 3, and he takes the third place, which gives Kent a victory here tonight by 46 points to 44. And the riders, well, they are congratulating Luke and Jack as well, and so they should. That really was quite brilliant. And well, here come is Taylor Hampshire. He's coming round on a lap of honour with Luke, and I think the other riders might be joining as well. Superb stuff from the Kent Slide Kings. Taylor, of course, he was the hero in heat number 14. Luke, one of the heroes in heat number 15, alongside Jack Thomas. And well, that's lit the crowd up here tonight. It was a little bit subdued early on, and with this Jack, Nathan and Alex as well. And super stuff, but great scenes here at Kent. Well, we'll just about get our voice back after that, and we'll bring you the scorers after during the parade. So here come the riders. Well, that was tremendous, wasn't it? We'll give you tonight's scorers, starting with Eastbourne, who were very unlucky indeed. Georgie Wood finished with 12 solid points from his 5 rides. Jason Edwards 7 and 1 from his 5 races. Tom Brennan 10 from 4. And well, Connor Dugard, he gave Mark Baseby the ride in heat 15, but he finished last, 8 and 1 from his 5 rides. Nick Lawrence finished with 2 and 2 from his 5 outings, and Kelsey Dugard 5 and 1 from his 4 rides for Kent. The heroes tonight, Luke Bowen 14 magnificent points after that second place, 4 victories. Anders Rose solid 5 from 4, including a victory. Jack Thomas 12, the hero in that final race from 5. Taylor Hampshire, he was a hero in Heat 14, 4 and 1 from 4, including that win in Heat 14. Nathan Stoneman did very well, 4 points from 4. Tough night for Nathan, as it was for Jacob. He failed to score from his 3 rides, and Alex Spooner chipped in with a magnificent 7 points. Let's go down and join the Handlebar Heroes with Glenn.
It was easy for you in Heat 15, wasn't it? Game and go.
No, it wasn't easy, it's hard work, you know, it's hard and, you know, not much energy today for some reason, but I tried something different in Heat 1 and it definitely didn't work, so I won't be doing that again.
But Heat 15, we got the points, that's all that matters.
Yeah, it's all about winning Heat 15 and to get that on the last lap was amazing, you know, I won't look back because Georgie was on me in the lap race before, so I was just going for it and sort of said, look after yourself, so you know you can now.
And Jack, I think you went twice the distance everyone else in Heat 15, didn't you?
I was fairly wide. I come in there with the sun cutting in there, I couldn't see a thing, so I was just either hoping I was going to come out or in there somewhere, but it was a bit of a risk, but yeah, it's worked for us.
Just wanted an ice cream really, didn't you?
Yeah, I did really, but it wasn't now, I couldn't see it, so it was a bit of a shame. Yeah, but now I'm tough to do for that. Luke was in front and I was thinking, got to get him, so yeah, it all worked out.
Okay, well done. Cheers. Okay, Alex. A lot of vital points today.
Yeah, it's nice to get points under my belt. Obviously, you always want more, but you know, I'm happy with how I rode, but there's always improvements.
And you had a good win in Heat 2 as well.
Yeah, I was desperate to win that. I'm always wanting to win Heat 2. That's my goal for every meeting.
Alright, cheers, well done. Chris. They're making a habit of leaving it late, aren't they?
Yeah, they're making me feel older every week, but you know, when you've got those 2 boys in Heat 15, we're always going to do something because they're just unbelievable.
So, money on them for the best players in the season?
Yeah, that's right. It's, you know, we're in the fours in a couple of weeks at Leicester, and you know, I think we're in with a good chance for that.
Okay, and obviously we're back up to Eastbourne on Saturday.
Yeah, they're thinking about us a bit now, and we'll go there and give it our best.
Okay, well.
Thank you.
Okay, Kirsty. It's your turn.
Good evening. So, first of all, the most important person for us is our lovely munchkin today. This is Casey, and I don't some of you know it was her birthday last week, so this week was just the icing on the cake for her. So, Casey, I've got a little presentation for you. Thank you, Captain. Thank you. And now, every month, as you're aware, the Munchkins email in to us at our own Munchkins email address and present give us a ride of the month. Now, obviously, we've had a really slow start to the season, so this is actually our first one for the year. And Casey's going to present it to our Munchkin Rider of the Month for May, and that is Mr. Jack Thomas. Next week, obviously we're not here sadly, because footballers won again. So it gives an extra chance for those Munchkins that are here the following week to email in to become the Munchkin, and we'll contact people when appropriate. So please email into our Munchkins website, and we'll see you all in a couple of weeks. Take care, have a safe journey home. Good night.
Thank you. So as Kirsty said, we are not here next week, so we hope you have a safe journey home, and we will see you hopefully at Ironway on Sunday for the SDL meeting, where Alex and Jacob will be there. But for all of us here at Central Park, good night.
So good night indeed from Glenn and from ourselves. Great action here tonight. Victory for the Kent Kings over the Eastbourne Eagles. Until next time, it's goodbye from Central Park and ReRun Productions.